Hi there, this is HackRich. So in previous video we have discussed how to enumerate SMB service. So in this video I will demonstrate how to enumerate and exploit FTP service. So let's get started. So FTP protocol is used to share the file from server to client and its default port number is 21. So first let's find out whether our server enables the FTP service or not. So let's use a nmap sudo nmap minus sv to find out the version information of the service minus fp to run some vulnerable script present on the nmap and minus p to specify the port number and the IP address of the server. So if you look at the result, yes, our server enables the FTP service, and if you go through the result, so this is the version of FTP service, and you can find out the version information by banner grabbing technique using netcat 10.0.2.5 IP address of the server and port number. So here also server disclose the version information. It is not that every time you are able to find out the version information. So sometime server will not disclose the version information. But if you are able to find out the version information, then it is easy to find out whether our server running the outdated service or not, right? So whenever we find out the version information, the first thing we will do is we will check is there any vulnerability exists for this particular version. So let's check that using searchsploit. Searchsploit. So you can see that there is a backdoor command execution vulnerability. So that means we can execute the command and we can get the shell. And that exploit is present in metasploit. Let's load the metasploit. MSF console. So let's search for that exploit. Search, and this is the exploit. Let's use that exploit. So we are inside the exploit, and let's check what are the options we need to check before running the exploit. Show options. So we need to set the R host, and our port is already set. So let's set the R host. Set R host, IP address of the server. Yeah, we successfully set the R host. Let's run the exploit. And we got the shell. So let's execute some command. If I say ID, so I'm a root user. That means we got the root shell. So and we can list out, yeah, we can list out all the files present in the server. So that is why it's very useful if we able to find out the version information of the service, because if server is running outdated service, then we can find out the vulnerability for that particular version and we can exploit it easily. So if you look at here, anonymous FTP login is allowed. That means you can log in as an anonymous user and you can list out what are the file present on the FTP service. So let's do that. So FTP IP address of the server. So name of the user is anonymous and hit enter. And you can see here login is successful. So let's list out what are the files present on this FTP service. So if you look at here, there is no useful file present on this FTP service, but it is worth to check out is there any useful content present in the FTP service. So another thing you can do is you can brute force the username and password to get the valid credential. For that you can use Hydra minus L to specify the username list user.txt minus P to specify the password list and IP address of the server 10.0.2.5 and name of the service. So this username list and password list I taken from the sec list. I will provide the link in the description. And so if Hydra able to find out some valid credential, you can log in as that user and you can find out is there any file accessible for that user. So that thing you can do. So that is all for this video. Until then, stay tuned, like the video and subscribe the channel. Thank you.